this initially, and I think we just dialogued about that initially, yeah, that can be a challenge because they're the odd man out, so to speak. But once they get their feet up under themselves and they realize I'm part of a bigger, much more, and I don't want to say exclusive like better than, but exclusive in terms of opportunity, they totally gravitate to it and they buy in quickly. You know, you mentioned the word salesman. What is the pitch that you make to somebody just coming in? To the program? Yeah. Walker Mill is one of our schools over in the Capitol Heights, and I just had the privilege of doing their first day. And so I talked a little bit about what we do, our success stories, but then I said, hey guys, listen, do you know what the Navy SEALs are? I'm like, well, yeah. I said, what kind of group are they? Because they're obviously within the military, but they're a part of it. Well, they're a small group, and they started, you know, I guess everybody plays the game. Sure, exactly. So they started relating that. I said, now, you don't call them Navy SEALs until you really need something done special. I said, that's what you want. If you want to be that person that gets called on because you're special and you're capable and you're well-trained for the task, I challenge you to become Navy SEALs and set yourself on fire and burn in front of the nation to be great. And they rise to that. Oh, my gosh, they loved it. By the time they left, they were like, you could see the energy just pop up on them. And as part of that, Ken, I'll ask both of you and Daryl, self-esteem and building that self-esteem in these young men.
It's critical. You know, that's one of the things that we really hone in on is self-esteem, conflict resolution, and building the character of these kids. Because I think, as he was just saying, you know, once you light that fire under them, just the glow and the exact expression on these kids' faces, it's just unbelievable. You know, and that's the joy that I think all of us get out of what we do. Yes.
I know, Kenneth, we were talking during the break. You really give your young people a broad world view. You've taken a lot of trips with them.
Yes, we have. We started an international study tour. And one part of that was to really get students to understand some of the other cultures around the world. We stopped through Amsterdam. They go to Anne Frank's house. We received an investment from the Jewish Youth Philanthropy Initiative to use that as seed money so the kids can actually raise money to pay for their trip. So they take ownership of this opportunity. And we're developing some entrepreneurial skills as well. And then we traveled to Ghana so they can learn more about their culture. And I think it puts life in context because when they get into Ghana, they meet these wonderful kids who don't ask for Jordan sneakers, or they're not asking for PlayStations. They're asking for money for school uniforms, or they're asking to help pay for their books. So it just changes the dynamic for our students. And then I started looking at the data, and students in college who do study abroad graduate 20 to 30 percentage points higher. So it just makes sense to get our kids thinking internationally and to get them out of their hood.
And it's a whole new perspective. You know, I was thinking about this last night. Ray, I'll ask you first. Is it a shift in thinking or a whole new introduction to viewing things that they've never really been exposed to?
Absolutely a paradigm shift, no question about it. The reality is that when we spark with them another way of solving their problem other than playing basketball, football, baseball, other than becoming a musician and an entertainer, but really provide them the means to see that, hey, for example, we just went downtown on the National Mall. We did the scavenger hunt with City Hunt, and they loved it. Then we ended up at our board chairman's law office. Huge boardroom, leather chairs. Behind the guy said, one of the kids says, hey, so like his assistant sits here and he sits here. When I grow up, I want to be, I want to work for a company like this. And I said, no, you don't. He said, what do you mean? I said, you want to own a company that people like work for you. So we teach them a new paradigm on how to think about where you're going, what your map and your destination should look like.
Set that bar high.
Oh, higher. Higher than high. Because for young black men, they have to be better than good. They have to be better than great. They have to be awesome.
Very good way of putting it. Let's talk about some of the success stories, and you've all got them. Daryl, start with you. You've seen some success stories over the years.
Yeah, you know, one that comes to mind, and we were talking about it, is really that we're mentoring over in Kenya, Africa. You know, so I always tell folks we're expanding our wings, we're mentoring across the waters, and our young kids are also involved in that process. So they're able to communicate and dialogue back and forth with them, and it helps them to help them with the curriculum that we send over there, with their communication skills and all of those things. So it's a good thing for us right now.
I want to take another quick break. When we do, I want to talk to you, Kenneth, because you've actually hired some and kept in touch for years with some of your students under you. So we'll be right back on Viewpoint. Again, these web addresses, we're going to put them up on the screen. If you'd like to donate your time or money to these organizations, it's as simple as logging on.